I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
I just bolted your boy. He just got rolled, and I'll still give him a rematch, an immediate rematch. This is the fight out in the world, and it's my honor to be here. Let's go again, brother. Let's go again.
Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to the stream, guys. It's exciting. Oh, let me take that down. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Who's excited about our anniversary, guys? If you're excited about our anniversary, put some bolts in the chat. Let's tweet the room out. Who's excited about BigCat tonight? I know I am. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so we've had a big day today. We've had a lot of nice tweets out there for our first year anniversary, and I thought that for us tonight, as we're going through this, not ending it, but still celebrating, make sure that we get some more tweets out there, guys. All right. So without further ado, I am going to bring the one and only BigCat, Jesse Arnett, aka BigCat.
How are you?
Hello, BigCat. How you doing?
I'm great. Other than what we spoke about, it's minus 30 up here in Canada. I miss the desert in Abu Dhabi. That's for sure.
Yeah, desert. Well, I don't know how hot does it get in the desert though.
Oh, it's nice in Abu Dhabi. It's like right now it's winter, but it's like 25. It's perfect. 22, but in the summer it's crazy. It's 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. It's nasty. But when it's minus 30, you kind of you wish for it.
It's freezing.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be here to talk about Modern Day Warrior, the movie. Talk a little bit about my life story and the trilogy, the fight coming up, the rematch, winning and losing the world championship. I had a busy year. It was a good year. It was a good year.
So how did it all begin?
Well, this year, I'll review the. How many people do we got on? Do you know? Does it
tell me?
Does it get bigger, or should I? I don't want to.
Hold on, just a second.
No problem.
Hold on. Yeah, guys, tweet the room out. Make sure everybody knows we're live.
Awesome. Did you tag me in the tweet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I swipe it up and go to Twitter, I won't lose you, will I?
I mean, you just come right back. It's no big deal. I mean, I don't think you should. Oh, yeah, you did.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So probably once you find it.
No problem.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Boom.
You there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm doing the same thing. All right,
no problem.
Yeah. I put it on. It's on your page. It's on Vote's page and it's on my page. So
Awesome.
let's get that. Yeah, we got more people coming in. Okay, guys, come on in.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Volcano. Hey, everybody. Do you see the comments?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me see all your shout outs here. Let's see. We'll start right here. Willie, hey. This is all the Vote Army because I'm I'm admin in the Vote Army, so
It's great. You guys, man, it's the best cryptocurrency family. Nobody has Twitter like you guys.
yeah, BigCat voted.
What's up? How's it going, Crypto Hound? Thank you for the support.
All right, what are we looking at? Okay, there you go, guys. Come on, let's get some more people in here. It's filling up. It's filling up.
Are you close to the Atlantic Ocean there? On the east? How far Kentucky's how far away?
I'm in the middle. Like
Middle,
I'm in the yeah.
I should know, but I'm from the west coast of Canada. We only traveled in the western part of the United States for wrestling.
So when you say Western, where is that? What is that?
Below Seattle, Oregon, Los Angeles, Idaho.
Oh, okay. You're in the
Iowa.
upper. No. I'm
Montana.
closer to New York.
Yeah. We did so much wrestling over there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, let's see here. King Ozzy. There's Ozzy. Hey, Ozzy.
What's up, King Ozzy?
They did the NASDAQ interview. So, we've been doing a whole lot here lately. And then we had the message. Did you listen to the message?
No.
That Satoshi gave? Let's play that. Hold on. Let's do that real quick. And then we'll go from there. Let's see. Vote. You got a lot of fans, sir.
Twitter's hard. I have more on Instagram. Twitter's the hardest thing. You can just be stuck. It's even the really popular guys it's just hard to get followers on there.
Okay, so where's there it goes.
Do you do Instagram?
I'm on there, but I'm not on there.
Cryptocurrencies, the Twitter's better for the crypto. Instagram's better for what I need.
Instagram is. See, I like to be able to, I guess that's just like pictures, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that like just pictures?
Pictures, videos, yes.
I'm gonna get my hair out of my face. Okay, all right, we're gonna run this real quick.
No problem.
Let's remove this. Let's pull this up. Yeah, because this is really. Let's see. Since you didn't get to see it, you gotta know what's going on with Vote. There we go. And this is his message from yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
What a vaulted year it's been. A year ago we were nowhere close to where we are now. We started from the bottom at a 40K market cap, and after the little spike every project gets at launch, we had nothing left. No website, no utility, no community, no exchange, nothing but a vision. The vision of making something happen by the people, for the people. As most of you probably know, while all the influencers were panicking in my DMs, while the few people left in the chat were yelling at me to hear my scary voice, this was the exact time Pablo reached out to me. Not to DM me a proposal, not to offer some revolutionary shilling services, but just to open the voice chat and talk to the people. This is how the reversal started. This is how a voice chat that's been running 24/7 for a full year started. This is how the Vault Army started, with people building the next vaulted thing all together. From there you know how it went. We bridged over to BSC in January. We got our first exchange listing in January. We released our P2E game in March. We completed one of the most vaulted migration in April. We sponsored dozens of sport teams and athletes. We released our own NFT collection. We advertised Vault all over the world with billboards, buses, events and celebrities. We got Vault on 100 exchanges. We released the basic features of our decks and the list goes on. So yes, credit must go to someone for all these accomplishments, but not to me. Credit must be given to the Vault Army, to each and every one of you. Because I don't know of any other community that gives so much inspiration and strength to its team. Now if you look at each of the things we have achieved, they all have one thing in common. None of them are an end in themselves, but they are all a preparation and a means to the next step. And what is about to be released will be no different. I know that many of you are dreaming of a Binance or Coinbase listing while the market is at its lowest, but for what purpose? Why not prepare for precisely this kind of listing? Why not work on something exclusive? Why not prepare the ground for the banks and institutions by offering them something they actually use? If you were to ask me, I would say vault it. And as soon as possible. Why vault Oshi, not financial advice.
He's great.
That's epic. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Bullish.
And that was today you posted that on Twitter?
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It was huge. Yeah, that's some big stuff there.
Yeah.
Institutions. BigCat institutions.
That's awesome.
big. Okay. All right.
What's up, guys? It's starting to fill up now.
Yeah. I know it's a Monday and it's the holidays. Everybody's out trying to buy all the Christmas gifts.
You have a holiday there?
It's Christmas.
Not yet. Oh, it's the holidays. I thought you meant like it's a day off there.
No, well, let's say where I'm at, it's we're already celebrating.
Right.
Like, we're out, we're doing all the festivities and getting our food together, what we're gonna cook, that type of stuff.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
that's what we're doing. So when y'all do Christmas, y'all just do that day? Y'all not?
Yeah, mostly Christmas Eve and Christmas, mostly.
Mm.
What do you guys do all that all week?
Maybe we do too much. That's why we spend a lot of money, because we're celebrating because in New Year's, so it's like the Christmas, the before the family's getting together, during it, then you prepare for New Year's. I mean, that's what we do. BigCat voted. Merry Christmas, BigCat. That's from BP. BigCat come by Toronto. You ought to go hang out with Ozzy. Your volume, is that me? Okay, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, this year I started in March. You know what? My back was a little bit sore in March, but I had no ideas because I had no scans or anything, and it wasn't the level of what it potentially came to. So I defeated that Russian to earn the title shot. Like, the Russian was 14-0 or something. I wasn't supposed to beat him on paper. However, I beat him, and then but I hurt my back a little bit. I wasn't gonna turn down that title shot. But then I also was working. I do snow removal too, commercial snow removal. And I had been lifting snow in April, and I'd really messed my back. I herniated my disc in my back. It was bad. I couldn't even walk for 20 days, and then I got all these scans. I found out it was herniated. Like my disc was poking out a bit, and this was like April, probably May now. The fight was July 2nd. Oh no, the fight was June 20th, but they had their leader pass away in UAE, so it got postponed to July 2nd. So I was able to get an extra 30 days training when I didn't have any training. So ultimately I took that fight in July with my back hurt, and I hit that elbow with him and won the belt, TKO. So I'm thinking, oh man, I'm lucky I got away with that because I hadn't done any wrestling. My back was in a really bad spot. And then I thought I could do it again in September with boxing training only. And then it got a lot worse. And then 14 days out before the fight, it completely jammed up. And I did everything I could just to get in the matchup, get to the fight. And then the first round, did you watch the second fight?
I didn't know. It came on before I was late. No.
It was bad. It was good. Good on him. He caught me in a nice guillotine. Taking nothing away from the guillotine. That was nice. But when I got dropped in the first round, once I got up, I was like, I couldn't move from my neck down. So I fought like 12, 13 more minutes. And I was just a punching bag. And then 70, I got caught in the choke. He wins. We're 1-1. And then about 72 hours after, all the adrenaline started coming down from the fight. And the back was so much worse. My nerve was pinched bad, like compromised, where I had to go get emergency MRI. And then luckily I had some hookups with some people in Dubai, and I got a really good doctor. And then the promotion kept me there and took care of my surgery. I wouldn't have been able to get that surgery in Canada or North America. Like I was very blessed to get that in Dubai. And the doctors up there top notch. I could already be back training. However, because of my age and I'm getting towards the end of my career, I don't need to push it. I already know how to fight. I have a lot of experience. I just have to heal, do physiotherapy, and then I've already taken the surgery was September 23rd, so I've already had a good amount of time. I feel 100% now, which is great.
So, with such a major surgery, you were up and moving in 2 days?
Well, you know what? The surgery is pretty easy. Like they say, like anyone can recover from the surgery. The fact that nerve was pinched so bad down there in my back, where I was cutting off circulation, and it was just horrible. Like the surgeries, generally, you can come back from it easily. I wasn't getting any discs fused or anything. I was just getting the disc that was sticking out, cut and sucked out.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't getting any rods or nothing. Nothing's in my back. So I was lucky to get that surgery there in Dubai, and take the time off now, and then start fresh in January. The rematch. Well, the third fight, we're 1-1 now. This will be big. That last one was huge. This one will be really big out there. And I'm just thankful that I can have a proper training camp and I'm not injured and ready to
So you're 100%?
Yeah, but I haven't started training yet. I'm taking it easy. I'm doing physiotherapy and just resting, taking some time off. I had 4 fights in I had 4 fights in pretty much 11 months. So I was busy. Never mind the fights. You have to get ready for them, right?
Right.
And I was compromised with the back. So from April till September 23rd, I was really uncomfortable. I had high blood pressure this whole time, and they almost weren't going to let me fight, or like they kept testing me, but I had just adapted to the nerve being so pinched that I was living with high blood pressure. I didn't even realize.
Wow.
As soon as I got the surgery, it dropped, and like right away, it was nuts. It's you take it for granted, like sports. I'm lucky to have longevity and then not get seriously injured and be able to get back at it.
Okay. So y'all gonna go in April?
End of April, yeah.
End of April.
That's what it's looking like. Right now, nothing's announced. It won't get announced till for a bit here.
Right.
Everyone's on break.
So as they were following, tell us about them following you around for your fights and stuff.
Yeah.
How, you know?
Shout out to Voltashi and Volt Inu. Voltashi hooked up with the director Paul Black from. He's actually down in Los Angeles right now working on the film, and his brother's up in Canada working on the film. But thank you, Voltashi, for helping us out with the film. And yeah, what a ride. These guys literally followed me around 4 times to Abu Dhabi, a couple times to Calgary, and even Los Angeles. We filmed a feature film movie in a year and a half. So that was awesome. They're just putting everything together now with the hard stuff. The fun part's over. Luckily, I was just the star.
The main ingredient.
Man,
the main
it's
ingredient.
It's hard work what they do. Paul's a good guy though.
Okay.
So super excited about that. Actually, we got some videos coming out soon. I think Paul might already sent them to Voltashi, but some cool videos with some new footage about with the movie, some new trailers, and I think we're releasing that soon this week. I bet.
Wow. So how did you so how did you feel about this? How did you the life story or documentary on you fighting?
Well, it's crazy because Paul and Jeremiah, the producer and the director, Paul Black's an actor in Hollywood, and they lived down there for 12 years, and I was friends with their brother, and we were childhood. When we were friends, we were around each other, but they had moved away. So he had been acting, and they wanted to film a movie, and he wanted to get away from acting and get into producing and directing. And then I have a crazy life story, and then I started having all this success in MMA and doing really well, and they would always keep in touch. And then he just reached out if I would come down to Los Angeles because they had an idea about filming a movie on my life. And then ultimately we were just going to do the first trip, and then it just snowballed into all 4. And like me, when we first started the movie, I wasn't going to be fighting for a world title. I just lost, and I wasn't supposed to beat that Russian. It was 15-0. So when we started the movie, the fact that I was fighting for a world title near the end of it was unthinkable. You couldn't have written a better movie. So they actually got the first 13 minutes done, and we're waiting to have a viewing for me and the crew. So I'm stoked about that. And it's only 13 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It should be good.
The process.
They're talking to some big film producers, and
I know, like Netflix, HBO.
production down there. So you never know if this gets picked up. So fingers crossed. And it's an awesome, like, everybody loves a comeback story like this. So
I know it. And then look, you know what I was thinking? What was I thinking? I went blank. I was thinking with that being with the movie and everything, I mean, it might be just something else that opens up for you.
For sure. Yeah, like, I'm almost done. Who knows? We'll see how my back goes. I might have 4 more fights, 5 more fights. I have no idea. But I'm on the tail end of my career. Like I'm not fighting for another 5 years, that's for sure.
Yeah. What's your record? It's 20-9.
29, yeah. But I started off I started 4-4, not really training properly. I went 15 wins, 4 losses. I got called to the UFC, and then the promoter I was with at the time didn't let me out of my contract, which sucked. So then I lost, and then I won again, and then I got signed over in UAE Warriors, which is a blessing too, because they take care of us over there at Warriors. It's a great promotion. Everybody loves the Middle East. I have a job opportunity with them over there, working with Palm Sports, working at the Khabib gym. So like the opportunities for me because of UAE Warriors and Palm Sports are I'm grateful for them. So I'm thankful for the UA Warriors.
That's awesome. What do we got here? Let's see. Everybody loves BigCat. Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
hi. Shout out everybody. Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Yeah. We got a lot of shout outs to you. What's up,
Awesome, yeah.
BigCat? Let's go.
What's up to everybody? I'm excited. I've been off the social media a little bit, but get back in the gym in the next couple weeks, and I'm
So what
sure
is
by
that?
mid.
What is
I'm
that
sure.
like getting in the gym? What is that? What does that consist of? Like what do you stop? I know besides social media, what do you stop doing? Or you
Well, it's
constantly
just like you
train?
got to eat super clean, and at this level, high level, like I've been going my whole life, but you got to train twice a day, generally, and eat clean and sleep. Like Friday's Monday, Monday's Friday for 3 months.
Okay.
It's just I'm a wrestler though too. I grew up in a good structure program, so the wrestlers do well because we're disciplined and like I know what it takes to win. Never mind a fight. Wrestlers know what it takes to find a way to win, right? So that's why they end up doing good at MMA, even if they've never done it before. They join later. Most of the UFC champs had wrestling backgrounds at one point. And Khabib, he's the best in the world. All he does is wrestle.
I loved how you did that on when you were fighting on the first fight. I thought, I mean, you're a really stand up guy, because they were mad,
Oh yeah,
they were pissed.
it's all good. It is what it is. You know what? I had a lot of fights when I was younger, and I was on a 12-fight win streak at one point, right before I got signed to UFC, right before. And I was crazy, man. I was like mean, kind of, and like you grow up a lot. I grew up a lot in that cage. Like you learn a lot about yourself when you're locked in there for 25 minutes with another guy who's skilled too, and we both got cardio. It's a high level like chess match. It's not just two guys fighting that run out of breath. It's intense. It's intense sport.
Yeah, I know I know it's intense. I don't know. I just like I guess
With MMA, you have to wrestle, you have to do jiu-jitsu, you have to do boxing, kickboxing, and then you got to put it all together because not everybody in every town has great MMA gyms. That's why people go elsewhere to train. Like for me, I have to drive around to different gyms and then put it together on the weekend with a group of guys. Like where some of the big facilities in the States, like I trained at Sanford MMA in Florida, everything's under one roof and you just go there 2-3 times a day for.
So you said jitsu and all that. You got a whole bunch of stuff you put together. I
Jiu-jitsu
thought
is like
wrestling was just wrestling. So,
jiu-jitsu is submission wrestling on the ground,
mm,
and then wrestling is taking them to the floor. Obviously, your son did that, and then boxing is just punching.
okay. Well, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring Kira in.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Everybody, Kira girl's here, so we're gonna bring her to the stream, guys. Hey,
Oh,
Kira.
hey, how you doing?
Doing good.
How's it going?
All right.
Hey, Big Cat. Thanks for
How's it
joining.
going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. Happy to be here, vaulting with the army.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a good army. It's a good group of folks. So
Today was a good day. The 1 year I was checking Twitter.
yep,
It's banging.
yeah. So I've been listening in the background here, and there's quite a story going on, especially with your injury. So
Yeah.
so how
it's
did you
blessing.
get? Yeah, how did you get into fight? How did you know that this is what you wanted to do? Like how?
Okay, well,
You know,
I'll give my story long story short.
yeah.
But it's crazy enough. Obviously, you guys watch pro wrestling, or when you were kids, you watched WWE on TV. So I heard that there was in like really young, grade 8, like 13, grade 7 even. There was an announcement on the PA like for wrestling practice, and I thought it was like straight up pro wrestling. They were going to teach us. I was a kid. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to this wrestling class, and like, I didn't like it at all because you had to wear those spandex, and we were just kids, right? And it was like 97. We were young. They weren't even the new age ones yet. So I wasn't sure about wrestling for like 2 years. I tried to basketball. I kept trying to do basketball. All my friends play basketball. And then my principal took me in the office. He said, man, you'll never make in basketball. You need to keep wrestling, because I was good at it, but I didn't like it. And then I won the nationals in grade 10, like under 16, number 1 in Canada. I was the first one from my city, my high school, to do that. And then I started liking it because I won. I won nationals. And then grade 11, I got second at nationals. And then grade 12, I got first at nationals. All of a sudden, I was like dedicated to wrestling my whole high school career. I loved it. I didn't do anything bad. Didn't do nothing. I like ended up getting I wasn't even good in school, and I got a full scholarship to Douglas College. And then I went to the national team. I started wrestling in university, and my goal was to go to the Olympics for wrestling. And I won the junior nationals, which is huge. And then I got to travel all around the world, like when I was like 19, 20 years old, like Cuba, Italy, Spain, Russia,
Nice.
Iran, like everywhere as a carded athlete and a national team athlete. And I was from like the ghetto. Like I didn't know about any of this, right? So I'm luckily getting to do all this, learning wrestling, traveling around the world. And then I was the number 1 born Canadian up until for 7 years. But I had a Russian who come to Montreal that I couldn't beat, and he got his citizenship. So he beat me at the Olympic trials. And then I was really sad, because I was like, that was my dream, to go to the Olympics. And I felt that I should have went to the Olympics because I was actually Canadian. And I felt that our Canadian Olympic system was just giving money to other people to bring them in and make them citizens, right?
Yeah.
You don't know about it a lot, but a lot of our Olympic champions are like not really true born Canadians in some of the sports, more of the summer sports. So then I tried one more time, and then I came up short again. So then at like 24, 25 years old, I shouldn't have quit, but I quit. I was number 2 in the country, and I just stopped wrestling. And then another long story short. So I had 25 years old to 27 years old off of sports. That's your prime. That's when you need to be in the gym. Especially for me, I was like number 1 in Canada, traveling all around the world. Just missed the Olympics. It wasn't even bad. I still number 1. Like I still got to go trips and everything, but your dream is to go to the Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I started hanging out with bad people, man, and I didn't do nothing grade 8 to grade 12. Literally from I was 13 years old to like 24 years old. I didn't even party. I used to run to school early at 7 a.m. to go like train. Kids used to think I was weird. I didn't skip school either, because I would always want to be at school and like be a part of sports, and like I don't know. I was just like, I was lucky because those years were my developmental years. It gave me that structure that was able to make me bounce back later in life, because I had that wrestling career, and I've been around the world, and I was on the national team, and I knew what it was and knew what it took to be great, right?
Yep.
So then when I fell off at 25, 26, 27, started hanging out with the wrong people. I saw UFC on TV. I'm like, man, I got to get my life better. I should be doing sports again. And I saw UFC on TV, and then me and my brother got out of where we were living, moved to Ontario. It wasn't even legal in Ontario. Like MMA wasn't even legal when I started. It was only like in some of our provinces. Even in the US in early 2010, it was only legalized in a few states.
Oh.
So I was just at the beginning of when it was just getting big. And then I moved to Calgary with my family. I have my girlfriend here that I've been with 10, 11 years in Calgary. My mom's been here in Calgary for 7 years. And my brothers live here, and much better place for me. Vancouver, I go back. I have friends, but Vancouver's rough. Calgary's the best spot in Canada, in my opinion. But then, yeah, I found MMA. I saw it on TV. Literally, I didn't even train for my first 4 fights. I was stupid. I didn't have good people, good management or anything. I went 4-4, not learning submissions. And then I went 15 wins, 4 losses. I didn't lose for 4 years. I had one of the biggest winning streaks in modern MMA in Canada. I got signed to UFC, but this guy in TKO didn't let me out of my contract. And then I ended up signing with UAE Warriors, and this is where I'll finish my career. Like we spoke about a minute ago, I have a job opportunity with Palm Sports and the UAE Warriors. And I don't know if you guys ever been or follow it, but Dubai, Abu Dhabi, it's amazing over there. It's world class, and I'm thankful to be in a league over there for sure.
Yeah, I've actually been to Dubai. It's a very nice place. So
yes, Dubai is more like the Las Vegas of the Emirates. It's awesome, but Abu Dhabi, it's about an hour and a half drive.
So how hard is it to pick up other aspects of MMA, right? You know, you said the jiu-jitsu and the whatnot. So, you know, moving from wrestling, and because I've taken martial arts, I never took wrestling, but I feel like that's kind of a big jump, right? In terms of
wrestling's the most important base to have, and then jiu-jitsu. I say I didn't learn striking. I'm still learning striking, but I didn't learn striking until I was 27. 33 years old, so I joined really late, but if I didn't have an Olympic caliber wrestling background, I wouldn't have been able to pick up this sport at 27 years old. Nowadays, the kids coming up, they're doing jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and kickboxing since they're 13, 14, young. So by the time they're 20, they're good everywhere. Where my era, we had to learn them all and have a discipline and have a background and come into it.
Yeah.
But jiu-jitsu is my favorite. Like, I got, out of my 20 wins, I think 11 submissions.
Mm-hmm.
So I like jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And it sucked because that whole 1 year, I didn't get to train wrestling or jiu-jitsu, and those are my specialties. And I fought 4 times without that because of my back was so messed that I couldn't wrestle or jiu-jitsu. So it's so nice to be healthy. I'm excited this year just to get back in the gym and train properly. Training for a fight is one thing, but last time I was just training to get there, and like in your mind, it's not good because you know you're hurt and you know you're against another game guy, and no excuses, but it's so the game's all mental. If you have a good camp and you have no injuries, better odds.
Well, I'm sure your physical aptitude and that mental state helped with your back. I mean, I can't imagine. I think my husband had something very, very similar to you, and he couldn't walk for a while before he had that surgery. So I can't imagine. I can't imagine fighting with that.
Oh, you know what? It'll be in the movie when it comes out. But like, I'm literally, my back had locked up. I'd only been able to sleep like 2-3 hours a night for the final 5 nights. Fight day, I was up on my feet since 3 a.m. because if I laid down, my back was cramping, or if I sat down, it cramped. Yeah. So ultimately, I made a decision that I am just gonna get into the ring and see what happens. Like, I shouldn't, like, if our North American Commission, or if they found out about that, they wouldn't have let me get through, right?
Yeah.
But I my leg was numb right before the music hit, and then when the music hit, I was fine, but then I got hit with a punch early on that I didn't see, and he was on top of me. He should have finished me. Like, look at this guy. He can't even finish me, and my back's broken. He's on top of me trying to finish me, and I'm like laughing to myself in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? I'm literally down here, and he's on top of me, and it's right away. So then I'm like, okay, I get out. But when I get out, because I hadn't trained from the bottom and my back was so messed, I popped the disc out completely. And right when I stood, you could see from the neck down, I'm red. And I was paralyzed, no lie. From my neck down, I couldn't really move. I was going on autopilot, but adrenaline's crazy.
Yeah.
Like in a normal scene, I would have been bedridden, but I'm in a fight for my life right now. So the adrenaline's keeping you going, right? So 12, 13 more minutes, I had nothing. And I don't even know how I shot a sloppy. The first takedown was nice, but that second takedown was sloppy, and I left my neck out. And he's a specialty at that guillotine, and I didn't even get a chance to tap. I just woke up.
That's insane. That's great. That's perfect thing for a movie. So
yeah, and we got and we filmed the whole thing. Never mind the movie. We got so much good footage. Like we literally, it's a great movie, start to finish.
Is it just you, or is it other?
We got a bunch of people. We got Jared Gordon. He just fought in the UFC. He just beat Patty Pimblett, but they gave the decision to Patty. Jared Gordon's in the movie. Bilal Muhammad, he's number 3 ranked UFC welterweight. He's in the movie. Khabib's coach is in the movie. We got a lot of good people in the movie. And this thing's doing so well that these guys are trying to get a series done after, because we got so many good athletes. We're going to do Modern Day Warrior, the movie, hit the movie, and then do a 28-minute series on a Modern Day Warrior, just an episode on a fight night or something like that.
Yeah, get some lady warriors in there too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we're just working on the movie right now, getting this thing released, hopefully by the end of next year. And
that's awesome.
Super excited for that. Super thankful for Voltashi, the whole community helping out. And,
how has that opened up? I mean, obviously that helping out with the movie and whatnot, but like, how has crypto opened up like your prospect? You got the army following you, so that's great. We're obviously have your back and super supportive. But what has crypto been like for you this past year?
You know what's crazy, because I know a little bit about it. I have a lot of friends who are big into it, but I don't know enough about it, because like I said, I'm training in 300, in 11 months I had 4 fights. So I was getting ready for these fights, and like the crypto's this last year, it was huge everywhere. So what I know about it is from Twitter. I know how loyal the Volt Army is, and I had a sponsor from MRI, Marshall Inu, before too.
Mm-hmm.
And they're big on Twitter, but their community doesn't get involved like Volt. No other coins out there volting every day like the Army. It's fun to go down there.
We got a lot of passion, so
yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
That's the reason why we're gonna go to 100 billion plus market cap, because this is what we do. Stand up, Lord Army.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
It's our anniversary.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped about it. I'm so pumped. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm wondering, okay, so with all of this, because it's only been a few months, 6 months, basically, or has it been longer with Vitoshi?
September 17th, July 2nd. You know what's crazy? It's March. I beat that Russian. 60 days later, July, I won the title. 60 days later, I lost the title. So I was so busy there, man. Like, it was just bad. I really just fought a couple months ago. So getting the surgery right away, and I've done nothing, man. I've done just my exercises, and I'm not lifting anything heavy. I'm not taking a chance, because the only thing that could go wrong with that surgery is if you lift something too heavy early, because the ligaments and the muscles got to heal all around there, and then it's going to be 110%. Just getting back to it.
Was this a because it's over there? Was this a regular surgery? Was it is it something a special surgery?
No, it was right. It was the easiest back surgery you can get. They, like I said, they just snip the disc and vacuum it out.
Was it a micro? So my husband had a microdiscectomy. Is that?
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the easiest one. He was out the day later, right?
Same day here, actually. They send him home.
Dang.
Yeah, they kick you out.
They kept me in the VIP suite for like 5 days. I was lucky. But
Good.
did you have to pay for that in America?
Well, you have to pay for insurance. So if you've
Insurance,
paid,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
if you have paid for insurance, then
Yeah.
yes, it's covered. Well, most of it's covered. We still had to pay out of pocket for a lot of
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah. And was he okay? How long did it take him to recover?
it took him. I asked him this the other day because my boss just had it too. 6 to 8 weeks is like he couldn't ride the subway. He couldn't ride in a car.
Yeah.
Sitting because he was sitting down, but it was like 6 to 8 weeks before he could get back and driving and whatnot. So
I went boating about 3 weeks after,
mhm.
and I thought I was okay. But near the end, I was like, okay, that I was probably a little early to do that, and that's the only. And then I haven't done anything since. But then
Yeah.
I know exactly what he means by that.
Yeah, driving and hanging on in the subway because you never get it. You don't know if you're gonna get a car seat or a
But
seat, right? So,
how long did he have it? How long ago?
oh God, this was probably 5 years ago.
And he's
But he's fine.
100%
Mhm.
living
Mhm.
normal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's had zero. Yeah, he's had zero issues since. So it really helped. So if that's any
Wrestling
kind,
is the worst because I'm literally wrestling. You've literally got to bend over. So I did that my whole life. So I had back problems always, but it just went at the end. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So wrestling and jiu-jitsu on the ground, it's harder. Like boxing and kickboxing, I could fight with my disc blown because standing is easier, but once you're on the ground, you can't even move.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Wow.
You've been in chronic pain, huh?
Mm.
Oh man, it was horrible. Like
So like it's
I'm
all
good
this
now.
pain.
I'm lucky because if they sent me back to Canada, I just would have been put on medication, and we got bad medication here, and it was so bad where I would have had to take medication. I couldn't live. So I'm thankful that everything happened in Dubai.
Okay, so
I wouldn't even want to win that fight.
You didn't want to win it.
Oh no, just because I got a lot of fans, and like I got a lot of respect for taking that fight with a broken back, and he knows that I wasn't 100%. It builds for good TV, good pay-per-view. This next one's going to be huge, right? The first two were huge, so I can only imagine how big this next one's going to be, and then I want to enjoy it a little more, not being hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
And do it. And then he'll say you did no sucker punches. And I mean, I tell you, when I seen that hit there, I was like, oh yeah.
See, in Canada, in America, if you strike him in the octagon after, or you do anything, you get fined like a lot of money and you lose your purse.
Oh.
So I was thinking that in Dubai, but Dubai's the Wild West. I could have did anything. I didn't know. So I'm like thinking I don't want to jeopardize anything, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Right away,
Well,
you know, like we're fighting, but at the end of the day, this is on TV and everyone's watching, and you got to kind of be professional, right? He made it.
Yeah. Take the high road.
When you went out that ring, when you jumped in, I gotta ask this though. When you jumped out that ring, did you fall?
Yeah, I jumped to the top to celebrate. I didn't know to like rub it in his face a little bit. I didn't know he was behind me, and then he hit the cage just the same time I jumped up, and I fell. Yeah, you should see it on the movie, man. We had a GoPro set up there, and it's epic.
Because I was looking at that, I was like, oh.
I know, it pissed me off. And now that I know there was no fine, I would have just stayed there and wrestled and fought in the middle of the ring.
Because that's what he wanted anyway.
But it is what it is.
Right.
We got one, we got two, we got a good story being told. You know what's crazy is we did so much stuff in the movie. We got like so many guys in the UFC, more popular talent than him and myself in this movie. This guy's the only one that wouldn't sign the papers to release all the footage into the movie.
Oh wow.
We got the footage from the UFC Fight Pass and PBA Warriors, but there's so much more behind the scenes, like crazy stuff that like if we can just get him to sign, then like we're even willing to put the end part of the movie where the movie's so good, my story's so good that you could even show me losing at the end and then cut to me getting the surgery and then blah, this and that. Well, we have enough footage to make me look like the hero even losing, you know what I mean? Which is crazy, you know what I mean? So like it's going to be a special kind of film. We'll see how we put it all together.
Nice.
But hopefully he comes around and signs the papers.
Because no, it might be something that could help him. He probably's not thinking about that though.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah.
It is. Well, it'll all come in time.
As you look at that Netflix and stuff, so there's a couple of questions which I think we had already went over, but they asked. So how many fights? 20, right?
Yeah. But since I've been like training properly and fighting in my proper weight class, I'm 15 wins and 5 losses. So
that's good.
I'm doing good in my last. Like I just started off shitty. I started off not even like I would literally work all day, go down to the casino and fight. I just would do it for fun. I won one, lost one, lost one, and I didn't know jiu-jitsu. So I didn't start training jiu-jitsu until I had like 5 fights.
Were you in a different weight class before?
45, 55, 35, always 135, 145. I fought 155. But at the beginning, I wasn't. After I was 4-4, that's when I started taking it serious again and like really using my wrestling discipline and training proper and putting my all into it.
So you said that. So did the UFC approach you, or did you have to apply for it, or
I was on a 15. Or was I won 12 fights in a row. It's 15 wins, 4 losses, number 1 in Canada. I was signed with the TKO organization. I actually got the belt.
Nice.
Right there. And I was in a contract with them, and I just won their belt. And he did not let me. I got a deal to fight in Boston on a UFC pay-per-view. Would have been a 3-4 fight deal. I never would have been cut from the UFC just because I would have lost, but with my personality and my fighting style, I would have always had a job, guaranteed. It's unquestionable. However, he said no. If he wins again, maybe he won't go on short notice. He didn't want to let me go on short notice, and then I ended up losing to Josh Hill. Josh Hill's another top Canadian bantamweight, and then he's in the Bellator, which is the other biggest organization, Bellator, UFC. PFL, UAE Warriors, Brave. And then I started doing well and won in Abu Dhabi, but now I'm 38 years old. So they don't like taking old people, right? It doesn't matter.
I'm older than you. That makes me feel bad.
It doesn't matter that I beat a Russian. Like I beat a Russian who was 26 years old in March, who they wanted. Yeah. And then Ali was trying to get his job back, Ali Casey back to UFC, and then I beat him. So they're like, oh, geez, Arnett, this old guy keeps beating these kids on us. You know what I mean? So, like, I've been a thorn in their side forever. They know. But for my career and where I'm at right now with my age and fighting for a world championship and the job opportunities I have with UAE Warriors and Palm Sports, I'll finish my career in Abu Dhabi.
Nice. Are you going to stay out there? Or?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's a big difference between Canada and UAE, but it's nice. Yeah.
We have a question here. DJ asks BigCat, what do you love most about the Volt Army, and where do you see Volt in the next year or 2?
The best thing for me is you guys are family, your community, everyone. I seen one guy was having a bad day on there, and this another guy sent him a meme and got his day all volted, like cheering people up, like. He's like, we're in this together, brother. I can't even remember who it was, but it was some Volt Army thread, and everyone was cheering people up. And then little things like that go a long way. That's my favorite thing about the community is just like this. I can come on here for a couple minutes with you guys, and we've never met, and we're all communicating, talking, volting, having a good time. So that's a perfect example.
All right, I got my other girl.
Yeah.
my other girl, Space Chick. I'm ready to bring her in. These are my ladies here.
Space,
I
is
love
that
all
the
the
one that
ladies.
I messaged about the link?
Is it? Let's find out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Is it her?
Or you sent me the link,
Hi.
right?
Space Chick.
Hi. Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Big
How are
Hat.
you?
Hi, Kara. Hi, Ladybug.
How you
Hi.
doing?
Is it? Did you inbox her, Space Chick? Is that what you're saying, Big Cat?
No, not me. I
The link.
messaged you.
Oh, okay.
I messaged you. Yeah. So check your DMs. What's
Now,
up,
Space Chick. Well, when I first started Ladies, I'm gonna give you just a little thing. Space Chick. When I started Ladies Night, I started because we have a bunch of ladies in the Vote Army, and sometimes when you're on a male dominant chat.
You guys do it on Thursdays.
Yes, I do it on Thursday. So, and you've been on there once before. So, yeah. You came
Are
on there.
you-
We were acting like little girls.
Is my mic okay? Do you hear feedback? or-
It's a little popping or something.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on.
It's like random. It's not like the whole time. It's like certain positions, I think.
Yeah, I started doing this last time after I was on for like an hour, so bear with me.
Yeah, it's going in and out. But yeah, Space Chick is one of our day ones, and yeah, she rocks it out on
Yeah, you
YouTube.
guys, I recognize the ones who are posting the most daily. Voltashi, man, that guy puts like 30 tweets a day.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. He's working
where-
always.
Where does he live? Do you think? Do you guys know?
Nope. We have guesses.
Australia. That's the best one we have. I don't know. Australia.
I think
We don't know who he is, where he's at. We don't know anything. Really.
We
Yeah.
don't know anything after this
Yeah.
year. We have no idea about anything. Like literally Canada, Australia, those are two totally different.
I think he's in Italy or Spain or Madrid.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. Because I don't know. I have an idea maybe, but I don't know.
He's like, I don't want to say. I might
I
spoil
know,
something.
But I didn't realize Volt helps out a lot of soccer teams too.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
We're from North America, so we're not big.
We're
but
not
the
as big
World
into soccer yet.
Cup- The World Cup just happened, and like, it's crazy in the Middle East. Like that, they live for that stuff.
I think a lot of other countries do, like most other
Yeah.
countries except for the North America. I don't know why. It just never became popular over here. I actually grew up in a town. We didn't have a football team. We had a soccer team, and that was the weirdest thing ever to me. But
Really?
yeah.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm.
You got some questions, Space Chick?
Yeah.
There's something I did want to ask you about the movie. I think that's for one. I think it's really cool that it could turn into a series. I think that's really, really badass. And I wanted to ask you though, in the movie, was there anything in particular that you were like, this has to be in it? Like it could be the smallest thing or the something big. What was the 1, 2, or 3 things that you were like, these have to be in this movie?
It's funny you say that because like literally like we have so much content. Like I have to start a YouTube channel after because we're gonna have so much like behind the scenes. Like they literally followed me around for 4 fight weeks and like making the weight, the press conferences, like the main event, like Fight Island. Like we got a lot of crazy footage, but there's definitely some funny parts and like definitely some times when we don't know it's rolling, and then they got some stuff when we don't know it's being filmed, right? But like making 135 pounds for the last time in my career in March, that was tough because I was like my back was a little sore, and then I had another small injury. Geez, I was just plagued with injuries all year. I'm lucky to be healthy now. But making that weight when you're injured is harder because I don't know if you guys know, but you just you cut a bunch of water out of you. You water you water dehydrate yourself. So for like 24 hours, you don't drink any water or eat any food, and you go in the sauna and you lose a lot of weight and you sweat out water. And a week before that, you have to drink a whole bunch of water, like 7 liters, 6 liters a day for 7 days. So then all this water comes out of you at the end. It's like you have a nutritionist. Shout out to TJ Wellen. He was just actually staying at my house, my nutritionist. But it's science, right? You only weigh in 135 for 2 minutes, not even. And then you're back up to 160, 155 by the end of the night, like 8 hours later. Wow. And when you get in the cage too. So ultimately, I had been making 135 my whole life. I didn't want to go 135 anymore. So I'm sitting here. I've been up since 4 a.m. This is March 17th. I'm about to have the hardest fight of my life against this Russian. And we got, the cameras are rolling, but I'm like, I say, man, this is my last fight to 135. I don't know they're rolling. They show me the footage after. I'm like, I'm going to go 145 after. I'm like, I want to fight the 145-pound champion next. He's a little bit easier even. Me and my brother were talking about it. So right then, I'm thinking in my head that I want to fight for the 145-pound title. There's no way I even earn it or deserve it. But because I went out and beat that Russian so bad, and like he was undefeated and they wanted to put him in the UFC, and I like, it was a big upset, like huge. They gave me the title shot on the spot because I was yelling for it, and they're not supposed to do that, right? So that's going to be in the movie. And then we got all that on footage. So that's the one. Long story short.
Nice.
Answering that question. That'll all be in the movie.
I like that. That's really cool. That's really interesting. Oh yeah, I'm excited for the movie. I know y'all are excited.
And then, like I said, Boltashi and Volt, they have some new content. He has the videos already. Paul's been talking to him. He'll be releasing it this week. He said, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. So that'll be all up in the next couple of days, which will be cool because there'll be new trailers with.
Awesome.
And like I'm rocking Volt gear, shouting out Volt, like being me. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, like the whole week, like in the movie, it's gonna be killer, right? Like what did I say after? I volted your boy. He just got rolled or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's all catchy. It's gonna be great. Like it's awesome.
Man, when you first said that, I just like the whole army just went crazy. We were like, yeah.
Everybody said, did you get that? Did you get it?
You get it? Somebody get that?
It just pissed that guy off. That kid was so mad. By the time he got in there with me on the 17th, he was steaming. The next one will be better because I won't be paralyzed.
Nice.
But yeah, even to compete, like to get to do this, man, like come on. I'm filming a movie, I'm fighting at the highest level, traveling the world, having people like Boltashi and the whole Bolt community. Like I love representing the community, and it's good times, man. It's always, and having all the other UFC fighters like Derek Brunson, Ian, like the group that we have signed with Bolt right now, all of them are crazy guys, all crazy fighters. It's funny because we're all from South Florida. Like I that's where I went down to train, and it just turns out that like Derek Brunson, Ian, all the people that are on, and Brendan, all the people with Bolt, they were all my friends. So like I knew them before we all hooked up with Bolt. It's so weird.
Wow. Small world, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
But you've been doing great. You go on your Twitter page and there's nothing but Volt. So
yeah,
it's awesome.
I gotta keep it's fun though. If I post a picture, you like, even Ian said this. Ian, you guys, Volt sponsors him too. Mm-hmm. If he puts something with Volt, he'll get like 200 likes. Just right away. Just when he puts something with Volt on. Here, look at I got 100 and he's 160-pound King Corso.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, he's sleeping. For some reason, he's been sleeping over here for like an hour or two, right?
He's all hanging out.
How old is he?
So relaxed.
Yeah. He's big though. His name's Bear.
How old is he?
He's 4.5.
No.
Yeah. When I make weight, he's bigger than me.
Uh-uh. Oh, that's funny.
That's
God
crazy.
love.
That's so. This is the hundredth. Or no, 1 year since, like, to the
Yeah,
day,
so
right?
yeah, 1
Official.
year, and yeah, we do have 100 exchanges. So, right, Ladybug.
Mhm.
So
And we're celebrating with you. We're
yes,
super stoked for you to be here. Like, we've been waiting for you all day. I don't know if you know that. We're like really excited. I think it happened on a perfect day, girls, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so. I think he's probably might be fixing the sound. His camera went out. BigCat, your camera went out.
It's probably, if it's a Google phone, it probably got overheated.
Yeah, that's mine. Does that? I have a Google phone. It gets overheated all the time.
Right? You have a Google phone too? You
Mm-hmm.
get
Yes,
I'm like, this thing's hot.
I know. I'll be in VC, and it just,
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah. He's vaulted. He's vaulted, y'all. See, we were talking
his
about
phone's
it.
vote.
Look.
His phone.
He comes back. Okay, here we go.
His phone got molded.
There you go.
Your phone got bolted.
Yeah, I got an iPhone. It just gets super hot, like you're saying, the same as those Google phones.
Oh, it's funny. It's okay. Everybody always gets like extra volted at least once a stream. Somebody always gets rugged. We always just hang in there. We always hang out still.
No problem. Does some of the people here have questions on the chat?
Yeah, they have. Let's see. They're kind of, some of them are kind of ones that we had answered before, but let me go back real quick. Well, some of them's like, when does the movie come out? Which of course
Should be hard to say. It'll be summer to fall next year. Because these guys are all professional. It's going to be a future film, so they're taking no shortcuts.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's it. And then can you the other question was basically how you got in, how did the opportunity come up for the documentary?
For what?
For your documentary. How did the opportunity come up?
Just because, like, my buddy, remember I said Paul and Jer? Paul.
Yeah, I think they're late.
Hollywood. Yeah. It's okay. So I grew up with these kids. I was friends with their older brother. My younger brother was friends with Paul and Jeremiah. And then they had moved away like 12 years ago. More than that now. They'd went to Hollywood to get into acting and like craziness. We didn't think anything of it. And then Paul started doing really good and like getting all these roles in movies. And then I hadn't seen them for like 10 years. I started doing really good in fighting. And they know about my comeback story in life. So he wanted to get out of acting and get into filming and producing. And their dream was to film the movie together. And they thought, why not me? Let's do an inspirational story to help people. And let's do it on our friend. And like I said, we were just going to go to Dubai. And like, I wasn't supposed to be fighting for that belt. Like, it all just happened. Like, I wasn't supposed to beat that Russian in March. Even if I fought him again, he's 15-1 now, but he's from Dagestan. Like, that kid will be way better from that loss. Those people are nuts. Like, Dagestan and Russia, they're the best, some of the best fighters in the world. They're just, they're more mature than North Americans. And they're training when they're kids, man. That guy, next time, he's going to be tough. Luckily, I won't have to fight him again. But because I'm OG,
You're like, I'm good.
because I'm OG and I got a big resume and I've been on this game a long time, I got big wins. And we are 1-1. I will get another shot at my title. So I'm excited for that. And Ali's a great fighter and all that. He's good, but he's not super dangerous. It's like, I had a broken back twice. Like, he I didn't really get hurt by him. Like, yeah, I had to have back surgery. I shouldn't have been fighting. But I mean, he didn't beat me up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a fight where it's a big career under fight. Like, he's skilled. He beat me, but he doesn't got big power. He can't like hurt me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that comes into a fact. Like, if you're fighting someone who's a big puncher and they can knock you out, like, well, getting knocked out is not safe for your brain. You know what I mean? So you take that into account too. Now that it's later in my career, I like this matchup. We're even. We can go in there and have a good fight. It's a good story, and we have heat in the Middle East. It's fun.
Awesome.
So do you see yourself possibly in the future training others to fight? Or
Yeah,
do anything
100%.
like that?
I'll get into training fighters and managing and helping fighters get to big promotions. Because to get to UA Warriors, to get to Brave, to get to PFL, Bellator, UFC, doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's all who you know and your contacts. Like, you can be as good as you want, but if you don't pay someone 15%, you're not going to get in. It's all monopolized. You know what I mean? So I want to help young fighters get into the fighting and get them into good promotions. And right now, being hooked up with the UAE, there's a lot of talent in Africa, and like those kids and those people out there, they don't even get them a plane ride to UAE and get them a fight. They'll do it for free because they have nothing. So to be able to help out in these regions, like some of these African kids they'll beat us all up, but they just don't have the training. They don't have the resources we have in North America. So if you can start helping these kids out over there and giving them the same opportunity in those other regions, that's what I want to do next.
That's really awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
And my management, I have a good manager. He's in Brazil, and he would mentor me along the way on the business and how and stuff like this. I'm actually working on this app. You guys know apps for telephones. I'm working on this Athletes Arena app with one of my mentors and a couple other people in Dubai. Long story short, it's like a crowdfunding, like LinkedIn social media platform for fighters to go on to like promote themselves. It's gonna be like a TikTok platform, like an Instagram, like a social media platform, but for fighters to promote themselves, like American Idol, TikTok, everything all mixed in one.
Nice.
I'm working with some crazy people right now, and I know nothing about it. I'm like the guy who gets punched in the head for a living telling you about it. Like, we have smart developers and people that are all into this, and the people that know what the timing about social media and all this and stuff like this. This is big in the Middle East, where the community out there for children is stronger. Like, they're putting all their kids in sports and building their kids in for the future. We're here, we're I don't know what we're doing. I'm just glad that I'm not in school still.
You're just along for the ride.
It's a different agenda in North America.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a big project I'm working on. It's called the Athletes Arena app. It's gonna connect the world, man, on your phone, and it's gonna be like a ball and our dreams, our goals were it to be something like TikTok or Instagram, but it wouldn't be ours at that point. We would have to sell it. But we have a great idea, and we have some good investors, and man, like I'm gonna talk to Voltashi about this, but we want people to be able to donate or crowdfund or be able to pay someone in crypto. So I want to get a crypto thing on there and get that going all through the crypto. But that's like the later phase of it. Once you've already got the app going and established and running, then you run into those things. You can't introduce all that stuff at the beginning. Awesome. But we got a good between the Volt, the Middle East, and the movie Athletes Arena. I got a lot of good things on the go right now. So a lot of good things potentially for after fighting, because I'm almost done.
Man, smart man. You got a lot going on. This guy right here, y'all. This guy. That's awesome.
The thing with those social media stuff is it's like TikTok. It's all hit or miss. It's all timing and whether or not it goes, right? And like who has it. If a really rich guy advertises it, right, it's all about like timing and the right hands. But we want to make this this like, you know, the LinkedIn. I don't even know about the LinkedIn. I'm just learning about it right now. It's like a Facebook place where you can go and find work. This is kind of like a social media platform where a fighter could promote himself, you know, to potentially get sponsorships or endorsements or into a promotion. Because there's all fighters around the world, and unless you know somebody or unless you have a social, like you could use this, like I use Instagram and everything as a tool. You could use this as a tool to generate fights even, right? There's so much to it. I sound like my my older friend who's talking to me about it now. Because at the beginning I wasn't too sure. I'm like, oh, okay. But now that I've really started researching about it, it's a good idea.
No, it sounds like a great idea. So, awesome.
If my phone's acting up, if I cut off again, it
I get you. Did you have any more questions, Space Chick?
Just I think that's awesome, the app that you're talking about, because so would you say that branding is super important then for anybody or any project or any business? Branding is important because that gives you a lot of ties to and a lot of connections with other people and other things in life, right? Because I feel like that's what Vault's doing. We're branding ourselves right now. And if you don't brand, then, you know, if you don't branding is super important. So that's why I like what you're doing with your app. And so it sounds like that's what you're doing for the fighters.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got a crazy guy in UAE. He runs so many businesses. He's like really, really successful. But he wants to launch it with like MMA will be the small sport. If we do this with like cricket, basketball, football, and like do this on a grassroots level and have the kids, we could do it with so much more sports. The thing is, we're MMA enthusiasts, and like that's our passion and our like what we would. But eventually, we could do this with all sports, and it would be like a place where athletes can go and build their profile, like you build your Facebook profile over the years or whatever. Like I'm 8 wins, I'm 3 losses. I fought here, I did this, I fought who, and then like eventually, like fans or promoters, other people can go on and just look at these fighters, and it's a cool idea. And the smart people we have behind it, they're like moving fast with it with ideas that we're ecstatic about.
Cool.
BigCat Volt Salt Bay. That's hilarious. You see, Salt Bay he was pulling Messi, that soccer player around. Salt Bay was the only guy on the floor with the World Cup celebrating.
Wow.
That guy goes everywhere in the Middle East.
Well, no, that sounds like an awesome app because I'm just thinking like all the like, you know, like high school people that want to get drafted into colleges or colleges that want to get drafted into, exactly. You know, now they have to wait for like someone to come out and watch them and make the decision. And now
ultimately someone could look at your Athletes Arena page and it's like looking at your resume nowadays, just for an athlete. Of course, we can't do this on everything, but like, and then you can upload videos onto it. You can share. Like, there's so much more. I'm really excited for it. At first, I wasn't sure. The people behind me right now they're thinking that this is like we're gonna have to sell it and it's gonna be someone else's idea and it's gonna be crazy. Which like my life's been hard and I wrestled and I like fought and I'm lucky I did to compete. But man, for something like that to pay off later in my life, I'd be so blessed, so thankful.
Yep, that's awesome.
In the Middle East, it's awesome. Like I said, it's just the technology over there is crazy. It's like they're like, you know how everyone's like everything's on their phone there. Everything.
Yeah.
Click, 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 bam, bam, bam. It's they're ahead for sure.
If you could sum up your journey right here in this last, I mean, because obviously it's really kind of short, but how would you? Because a lot of things happened that were unexpected to you, but it was meant to happen. I'll say that. But how do you? I mean, how would you sum it up? Like your whole. I mean, is it just overwhelming? I mean, what are the feelings?
I'm lucky to join. If I never joined high school wrestling, I wouldn't be sitting here. Because that's the only thing that I wouldn't have been able to do good at basketball. I was good. I would have got good enough to go to university probably a little, but then in Canada you just fall off because we're small. No one makes basketball. And then I had a good coach who kept me in wrestling, man. And then missing the Olympics, that was great for me too, because what if I went to the Olympics and then like maybe I would have never gotten into fighting, right? So where I'm at right now, I'm very happy. Everything happens for a reason. And then even at the beginning of my career, starting off rough and then coming back and then losing in the movie and then coming back and winning and losing, my life's always about rebounding. And then our greatest glory is not never falling, but in rising each time we fall. You know what I mean? Wrestling taught us if you lost, well, it doesn't matter. You got to wrestle again in an hour. And you lost again, well, you got to wrestle again next weekend. So you had to get over it quick. Do you know what I mean? So all of a sudden you get 150, 200, 400 wrestling matches through university. You get pretty used to competing. That's why the wrestlers can come over and fight and win and lose and still come back. And like, if you're hard on yourself for losing a wrestling match, you'll never go anywhere because someone's always going to beat you, but you'll beat them next weekend maybe, you know? And wrestling season's tough because from September to March, you're on the road, like traveling every weekend to the States, dual meets. So you're wrestling every weekend for like 5 months, hurt or not, injured or not. So that teaches you how to fight later. You get ready for one fight. I got 3 months to get ready for a fight. When you're wrestling like 6 or 7 guys in a day, and you don't know who you're wrestling. It's all like, that's awesome that your son did that. Tell him I said good job. What weight did he win state at?
Oh wow. Hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic.
That's awesome.
She's asking. I can see. What was your weight?
You have to get good with lip reading with us. I mean, he's doing it on purpose.
He'll probably be back, but it's 160. 160, 162. Okay. Because he had.
Well, I think the phone acted up again, so we got.
Yeah, he went hot again. That's what that is.
So how you doing, Space Chick?
Good. I'm good. I'm just kind of like taking it all in, thinking about everything. Y'all don't know me. I'm just thinking we said series and all that. This is really cool. And you're very vaulted, BigCat. You're vaulted. We love it.
Thank you guys so much. My phone's acting up.
Yeah, I know. But he said 160, 162.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what he was
awesome.
doing. Now, is there any more questions, guys, in the chat?
Are you guys on the Telegram group?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I might get on there next week. I was supposed to get on there. I got to get back on there. Like I said, I just was taking a break from my social media and like resting, and then back January full blown. That's the thing. Go back about branding. Like Volt, you're good. Like even some of the best fighters in the world, like my business, it's all about like marketing and like communicating and talking with people and being personable, and like you can't like you have to be outgoing, and like you have to promote yourself. It's tough. If you're quiet, you won't get fights, and it's just tough, right? Ever since Conor McGregor, he kind of back in the day took all the money, laid out the blueprint. Now, do you guys follow UFC? Do you watch Paddy Pimblett?
No, admittedly, no.
I follow Vote, where I only follow Vote people.
That's funny. Awesome. We got your back, Big Cat. I know you guys do. You guys are the best. I look forward to Twitter, and you guys are the best always. Volt is family.
Yeah. They're going crazy.
Yeah, thankful. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Yvonne
Everybody. I try
said,
and follow everyone because
Yvonne said if you need any vote ladies, she's available for the movies.
that's funny.
That's one of our whales. She's one of our big whales. She's
awesome.
Yeah, got some good ones here. They're funny.
I should probably get going.
Yeah, it's been over an hour. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm just kind of get ready to kind of wind it down.
I gotta recharge the phone now.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you. I appreciate you coming on. I hope.
And then we'll make time on Thursday again once the fight's announced.
Yeah.
But I'll be on the Telegram here next week. But Voltashi will have a sick video any day now. He said he's releasing it this week, so it'll be new Modern Day Warrior, bolted, rolled, everything. Thank you guys so much for the support, and everybody.
You're welcome. Check your DM.
Check your DM.
Check your DM, Space Chick.
Please check that.
He's going. Bye, BigCat. I think he's gone.
He's gone. That's so cool. He stayed so good though.
He's awesome. He's such a nice person.
He is. Thank you so much, April, for having me on, and Kara chilling with y'all. Oh my god, it's so cool. It was neat. It was really awesome. Like, what? Different when you're like there talking to them too. You're like, wait, what was I gonna ask?
That was our first experience.
He was so open and honest about everything. I had a list of questions and he kind of answered him himself throughout. It was cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
He was ready.
No, he was bolted. He was bolted.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's bolted. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the stream. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, ads. Me and ads are coming on tomorrow. It's called what I'm gonna do. My thing I did the other day was let's talk about it. So that's just gonna be my little theme. Let's talk about it. So when I bring on different people and stuff, so Space Chick, you're gonna have to come on one time.
That would be fun. I'm all for it. Let's go. Tag me too, so we can blow it up on Twitter.
Do you need to share anything?
Huh? Me?
Space Chick? Yeah.
Oh no, just my Christmas party is gonna be on the 21st. Y'all hang out. Definitely gonna have some bolted guests. I haven't sent out all the invitations, so y'all be checking your DMs. Definitely going to be sending some out to these two ladies up here. So y'all come check it out.
Awesome.
All right, guys. All right. Till the next time. Thanks, everybody. Kara,
Thank you, April. Thank you for letting me hang out with y'all.
All right.
See you later. Bye.